Stanislav, can you give us a little bit of tips on what's the best way to tackle EB-2 NIW visa? Because you speak about this all the time, but you did not do the fully blown video on how to approach this great visa. Of course, per your request, per the high demand, I'm gonna give you this breakdown of this visa. Also, you will learn today how to get a free evaluation of your EB-2 NIW case. Let's go! Hello, my dear friends, I'm Stanislav Shamayev, a licensed business immigration and corporate attorney in Miami, Florida. And today I'm gonna give you the full breakdown of EB-2 NIW case, what that is, how to approach this visa, what the best tips to tackle the national importance, how to prepare the documents, what should be in the petition, and how to get a high chance of approval of this visa. Well, first of all, let me start with explaining what are the criteria for this visa. And by the way, you guys always ask this question, who gets the green card? Well, it's you, your spouse, and your kids below 21. Your full core family, okay? It doesn't extend to your parents, grandparents, sisters, and brothers. No, only your core family, spouse and the kids below 21. So in order to get that approval, you need to satisfy 3 criteria. And yes, I know that if you read the law, those criteria does not sound like I'm telling you. I'm not here to recite the law for you, okay? There's a bunch of attorneys who is doing the great job reciting the law on YouTube videos and nobody knows what the hell they're talking about. The other bunch of attorneys just trying to explain what those criteria mean. They don't do as great job as we do, okay? And with all due respect, I love my colleagues, but I think with explanation part, we are the best here. 3 criteria, that is the education, the endeavor in national importance, and also well-positioned. So let's talk a little bit about each of those criteria. Number 1 is education, bachelor's and 5 years experience in the specialty. So if you have bachelor's in cybersecurity, you must have 5 years of experience in cybersecurity. Or it's master's degree, or if you don't have those degrees or don't have enough of them, we could get you in with the exceptional ability. Exceptional ability is that we have to prove 3 criteria out of the 7. Okay? Stanislav, it's not 7, it's 6. Yes, it's 6, but the 7th one is the alternative criterion. We gotta prove 3 out of those, whatever the number is, and we know how to improve your criteria in case you don't have the proper education. Number 2 is the idea, and track my words, guys, the idea of the project. Stanislav, it's endeavor. Okay, hold your horses. Endeavor, nobody knows what that means. It's a project in a national importance of the US. Now, why am I emphasizing those words? Why am I emphasizing the word idea? Because many of you guys, and just like other attorneys trying to push the agenda that it must be a working project. No, it must not be. It could be, but it must not be. It could be just the idea of that project. Yes, of course, it's better if you have that one going, but 90% of my cases, maybe 80% of my cases, are with the ideas, and those cases get approval. We need to propose the idea of the future project that would be in the national interest of the US. Now, what is the national interest? Because what interests me does not interest you, and the same with the immigration officer who's going to adjudicate your petition. That thing is broken down to 2 things: the substantial merit and national importance to the US government. Now, what's the substantial merit? Well, I like to explain this criterion as we propose the solution to some kind of problem. Especially those problems are clear in STEM, science, technology, engineering, mathematics. All right, this is the best. If you're a scientist, if you're an engineer, doctor, physicist, mathematician, if you bring innovation and technology, or you're a businessman in those categories, EB-2 NIW is for you. If you bring those things, definitely you will resolve some problems. Okay, you're gonna offer some solutions. What's the national importance? National importance means that your solution, that the US government is gonna like the solutions that you propose. And that's important for them. And again, all STEM problems and all the solutions are always of interest to the US. What's well positioned? Well, your past experiences, certifications, education, process, the places of work that you worked in, and other things, your publications, if you have them, your conferences, your patents, all that collectively, and the more the better, is gonna prove that you will be able to implement that idea or continue developing it if it's working in the future. Those three criteria are important. Those are the core of your cases. Yes, I know you guys always write in Stanislav, there's the balancing test, and don't worry about this. We got this. What's the best way to find that idea? Because, how do I know which idea to pick and choose? Guys, just sit down and relax, and I'm gonna give you the best approach how to find your project, the idea of your project. Just remember what you had been doing today in the morning at your work. And when I say it, I don't really mean okay, today. The past week, the past month, the past year, the past 5 years. What have you been doing? What kind of issue you've been resolving? And think on a big scale. I know maybe you're working for the IT project for this small company. Yes, but what's the application of this project? Maybe you're a doctor doing diagnostics for the patients, and that's good. What kind of diseases you've been curing? That's the national importance, okay? What kind of techniques you've been applying? Maybe you've been designing the architecture of solar panel fields. You're definitely resolving a lot of problems with that. Energy sector is very important. Mental health, energy, cybersecurity, blockchain, artificial intelligence, any kind of engineer, any kind of architect, all kind of technologies you're bringing that's all national importance, guys. Take my word for it. Take my word. Just remember what you've been doing. And see if the problems you've been resolving are existing in the US. And guess what? They always international, exist in every country. So if you are in those things that I mentioned, or you want to bring a business and create jobs here, we can prove the substantial merit and we can prove the national importance. You see, guys, how I connect the criteria. I connect your well-positioned to your project, because your project actually is stemming, is growing out of your well-positioned criterion, okay? And of course, either your education or your exceptional ability stemming from your well-positioned from your past, it's all intertwined, okay? It's all one thing. You cannot break it apart, even if you try to. And that's the importance of understanding that comparing to EB-1A, when we can pick and choose the number of criteria to choose and prove only them, in EB-2 NIW, all three criteria is so close together. You can pull, but you cannot do this. All the core of your case. So that's what's going on. Now, Stanislav, what's the best way to improve my case, to make it stronger? Well, first of all, if you don't have a company who you're going to be working for, which again, we don't have to, I like to have an LLC registered here in the US or C corporation. I like to have a business plan or professional plan. And if you guys can get me the contracts from the future clients or from the current clients, or at least the letters of understanding that they want your services or your products here in the US, you guys will be golden. What else? Well, the quality of your paperwork, the memorandum, the personal statement, the recommendation letters, the expert opinion letters, which we can get you within the company if you guys participate in NIW program. No one is doing this. That's why everybody knows you want to get approval for talent visa, for business visa, or for national interest waiver visa, you go to Shamayev. Because these guys know what they're doing, okay? And we have a lot of programs within the company to help you out with your case. All those resources we give to you, the business plan people, NIW program experts within the company, also all the vendors that will help you to improve. If you need to draft more expert opinion letter, if you need to have your expert publications, a little bit more press about you, to expand your evidentiary base, we have those resources, which actually gives you a lot of boost to the approval rating. You need to understand that EB-2 NIW has a little bit of momentum after the approval. We're gonna work for your petition for 6 months, okay? And expedited processing, which I require, okay? I don't recommend it, I require it. If you guys want to work with my team and myself, you'll have to pay extra to the US government to get expedited approval of your case. Otherwise, it's much worse for you. Okay, I'm not going to explain why, but just take my word for it. So with expedited processing at 45 days, but it's actually about 2 weeks, we'll get you approved, okay? 90 to 95% chance of approval if I take your case. Now, once you get approval, it's a 1.5 year wait until your immigration process starts. Why? Because of the visa bulletin and the priority dates in that document. Now the line to get your visa, your green card, is a 1.5 years, even a little bit more. Okay? For some countries it's even more. So you need to understand that. The last thing, but very important, what not to do when you work on your EB-2 NIW. But before that, guys, take a first step on your way to immigrate to the US and on your way to work with my corporation, which is called free evaluation. Get your free evaluation right now. Find the link below this video, click on it, fill out the form. It's a free evaluation. Within 2 days, I'll get you a written analysis of your case. Look for the word potential in that breakdown, because I'm going to break down each criterion and let you know what's going on. But look for the word potential. If you see that, that means that I will be able to take up your case and for the next 6 months working with the team on it, get you approval with a very, very high chance. And if you see that potential, I will invite you to the complex immigration planning to build up a written winning strategy in your case. Last things last, guys. First of all, do not try to do those cases yourself. That's a failure. That's going to be fiasco. Number 2, do not hire the paralegals, unlicensed experts, they call themselves, those advisors, okay? It's a failure. Don't think that your case is ready. Don't come with that mindset. Your case will be significantly improved. And last things last, do not come to me with the imposter syndrome. You know what imposter syndrome means? That you think you're not talented, you don't have the project, you won't be able to succeed. Only I can tell you whether you have case or not. That's a good start with a free evaluation. Just get that out of the way, come to the complex immigration planning, and you will be golden. Smash the like button for this video, subscribe to my YouTube channel, follow me on Telegram Messenger, on Instagram, on Facebook, on X and other social media platforms. My name is Stanislav Shamayev. I'm a lawyer of the future. Your future begins here. Good luck.